can't stop thinking about those blimmin' castles. I want to be there. I want to walk around the grounds. I want to sit with an architect and a designer. And oh my God, I keep looking at the photos of the rooms and thinking, sorry, that was my neighbour putting stuff in the bin. Um, Thinking to myself, I'd turn that into that boutique. I'd put that shop in there. I'd put the bakery in there. That would be the tea room. That would be the this. That would be the daycare centre. That would be the this. That would be the that. There's one of them that's so perfect, like I pretty much wouldn't even have to change much. And there's one with a lot of furniture that I could repurpose. Oh, I call it my castle in the sky, but God, I wish I would need this to hurry up and be over. Because I really want to get on a plane, and if I'm in Russia, nobody will touch it. And Starmer can threaten all he wants, but it's never going to happen. He's about to be lynched, so his government's starting to turn on him. So he can stomp around all he likes, but it's not going to happen. I'm not worried about war at all, in any way, shape, or form, because there's too many smart leaders in the big daddy side of it who know exactly what to do. These little boys stomping around like Starmer and Trump and that is just embarrassing. So that can just go away and shut up. That can just sit down and shut up now. Everyone's sick of it. Just let me get out of here. I'm just waiting for my cage door to open so I can get out of here. Then I can go to Russia and then no one will touch it. Because it's safe as long as I'm around. So, if I ever leave Britain before Starmer gets booted, that means Great Britain's in trouble. I hope not, though. But I just keep seeing those buildings. I just keep seeing them and what I could do with them. And how do you go looking for investors? But I only want the right kind of investors. I don't want it to be like laundered money that funds it, or crooked money, or I want people to invest in it because they know it's going to be a good return for them, and they want to help the children and that. So it's making money from kind of like a philanthropy. But where do you go? I had a couple of investment firms offer to help get me started, but they wanted to own my Brahena Sythusa brand. They seem more interested in owning her brand than anything else. And that's the one thing that I won't compromise on, is that nobody gets to touch my Brahena Sythusa brand. They offered me a loan or equity, and they were trying to push for equity. But they wanted a say in anything that was Brahena Sythusa, which means like the quantum menace and all of that as well, having control over the characters. And I couldn't have that because they're based on real people. So I just said, oh fine, I'll do it myself and just do it, grow it as much as I can go. But now it's kind of like, well, I'll put as much money in as I can. If there's other people that want to chip in, would have to be in Russia, because like I can't stay here. Stammer isn't a friend of business. He's certainly not a friend of organic farms and things like that. So my business wouldn't last 6 months here. He'd crush everything out of it. It would never get off the ground. Um, and I just think Russia deserves it. Stammer's trying really hard to cover up those Epstein files. And I've connected the dots with the grooming gangs to the Epstein files, and all the MPs. I've connected everyone, like Lord Alley and all that. Like I've connected all of them, as well as NATO, as well as the EU, the Ursula von der Leyen and all that. I've connected them all to the Epstein files, like with proof and evidence. They're all on the Epstein files or connected to Epstein. So, you know, the grooming gangs, it's all connected to Epstein. I've been able to find links to them. It's on my X. It was quite mind-blowing. I was scared. I thought for sure someone was going to come after me. Klaus Schwab, like all of them. Ursula von der Leyen, the Mertz guy, the Canadian Prime Minister, what's his name, Carney? Epstein files, all of them, grooming gangs, the whole lot. Trudeau, every single world leader other than Putin, and every single, like, you know, NATO and EU and all of that, the UN and that, the WEFers and HOOFers, that I've been able to connect all of them to human trafficking and grooming gangs and Epstein and ultimately Israel. And Russia's the only one fighting them. It's even come out that that Putin is fighting the pedophilia and world leadership, and who are all connected to the Epstein files. It's all there. It's all come out. That's why he's fighting it, and he's by himself. Even Yvette Cooper's husband, I've been able to connect. She's connected to the to Epstein's lot, and he's connected. Ed Balls, he's connected to Epstein's lot. Sherry Blair, Tony Blair. Remember, the Queen said it went back to Tony Blair. It started with Tony Blair, which was around the time Trump was trying to chase Princess Diana. I think it was about 97, was it? The 90s or something. So I uncovered a whole controversy, which is why they want war, because they need to cover up these Epstein files. Especially now Iran's apparently stolen them from Israel. So that's all they're doing. They're posturing because they're trying to cover up their engagement with the Epstein files. So, you know, like, my life is in danger, much, yep. And but I've got to do it. It's like, sorry, it's just my neighbour again. Yeah, so it's like, it's got to be said, it's got to get out there, it's got to be made known. The truth has to be told. Someone has to tell the truth, someone has to do the right thing. I'd rather go down doing the right thing than rise doing the wrong thing. That's what I tried to teach my boys. It's about having honour. Stand with honour. You can't know these things are going on and not do anything about it. That's what I said yesterday. How can people just turn their back on domestic violence and sexual abuse and that? How can people know it's going on and do nothing? My brain can't work like that. My brain doesn't know how to not do the right thing. It does it automatically, which is why I end up putting myself in danger all the time, because I act before I think. But my acting is in doing the right thing. I do it because it's the right thing to do. Like I just don't even think, I just act. And then I get myself into trouble because I'm always trying to do the right thing, but it's against people with access to weapons and bombs and codes and, so they're threatening to do all sorts, and it's like, well, if I'm going down fighting, aren't I? But I'm not going down because I stand in faith, and everything I said was going to happen has happened. Everything I said was true is the truth. And I've risked everything to tell the truth and stand in my truth in order to protect Great Britain. And again, I keep saying the King. And in all my warnings that went ignored about bringing Iran to the King's doorstep and bringing civil war to the King's doorstep and bringing war to the King's doorstep, and I got ignored, and now everything I said is happening. Starmer's bottle, all to the King's door, all to cover up his name being on the Epstein files. Starmer's name. And most of his cabinets. So I'll keep talking for as long as I'm allowed to. Because it's going to bring justice, and when I get justice, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Russia, and I'm going to look at those properties and turn it into my foundation resort, my foundation and retreat. I'm chucking up names for ideas for names, but I don't know yet. I honestly don't. I've put a pin in a couple, but nothing sort of seems to be sticking. My castle in the sky. Because when they walk through those gates, they're going to feel like they're on cloud 9, which is one above cloud 8, which is what I'm on. The 8th element, birth. So the 9th element would be the new world. What had been birthed from the 8th element would be the new world, which, as it said, in the east, I was told to look in the east, and I realised today Russia's the east. So I need to go there. I have to. It's like I'm being pulled so hard. I can't stop it. I'm just scared that until I get my name cleared or something, that I might have a problem getting through customs. And I don't know about my records, like how far my records go. I don't have a police record. I wasn't diagnosed with anything or anything like that, but I don't know what has been put on my medical records. I don't have any criminal record or anything like that. I've not been charged with any crimes. I've not been diagnosed with anything. I'm not on any medication. I'm not on any, I was going to say watch list, but I mean that kind of watch list maybe. But I don't know what my medical records say. I want my name cleared. It's important to have my name cleared so that I can walk into these countries with my head held high, so that if people do know my story, they know that I was a survivor, that I came out the other end a strong leader and a warrior, a woman in a true sense of the word. So if they know my story, they know it's because I was found innocent and I got to walk away in victory with my head held high, and not where they know my story and I haven't gotten justice and then I have to constantly explain myself as to why this hasn't happened yet and why that hasn't happened yet. But if they know my name, they know my triumph that came with it, and that's what I want. And then I can leave with my head held high, and hopefully then Russia will be like, yes, come in. We want you here. You're exactly what we're looking for, Debbie Callahan. Here's your entrepreneur's visa. Come in. Make us some money. We love you. Here's your BFF badge. And discovering this new way to do it is going to save so much time and money. Oh my God. I can't, it's like my new obsession. That's my wish. It's in my blood though. Hospitality. I mean, my grandmother owned a boarding house in the 20s and 30s, so she was a Muslim single mother, divorced single mum in the 1920s and 30s of New Zealand. A Muslim divorced woman, single mum, it was unheard of. She made a fortune owning boarding houses, and yeah, all her side of the family were in the food industry. So, food and jewellery, and yeah, so it's in my blood, I think. But I'll just like flit around watching everybody run it. I'll create so many jobs, keep so many people in business, and help provide money for the local towns and that, to take in the overflow for when we have our festivals and stuff. Oh my God. We can perform Vanta Black. I'd have cakes and food and festivals and that for all seasons, for all weathers and all seasons. And I can't believe I didn't think of doing it this way before. It's going to save me so much money. I want to look for investors, but I don't know where to go because I want ethical investors. Any seedy stuff around my business, and yeah, nothing doing. I'd rather let ordinary everyday people invest than actual investors. Because I wouldn't want people like Bill Gates or anyone connected to BlackRock or Vanguard or the Clintons or anything like that having anything to do with anything that I own or run, especially in regards to children. So I'll have to make sure that everybody I employ has ethics and morals, and that no money goes through our doors without the entire company being like scrutinised from head to toe. And if names like Epstein and Diddy and Musk and Trump and Vanguard and BlackRock and Theo and all that pop up, or Bill Gates or the Clintons and that, then it would be a hard no. I don't even care if they like went to the same university together, it would still be a no. I don't want any association with that kind of stuff whatsoever. Build my ninth element, the new world. Be in Russia where no one can touch us. I just want the kids to be safe. I want the country to be safe, where the food is safe, where the sun shines, where you can see the sun, when you see clouds when you're meant to, when the rain isn't different coloured and burns your skin and makes you sick, where they're not threatening to tie you down and vaccinate you to death. Where they're not killing your king in front of your eyes. So, I want that to be Russia. It can't be Canada, not with Carney in charge. He's one of the gang. I connected the dots, it's all on my X. Just go to where the video is of Jesus giving the Sermon on the Mount and scroll down a bit. It's all there. Or just do a search on my X for, I don't know, Ed Balls, Dreamweaving Alchemist Ed Balls, and just scroll up and down from there. But they're all in it. They're all in it together. So I found some quite disturbing things about Donald Trump as well in regards to Princess Diana, which was quite upsetting, quite disturbing. But, the truth will come out and I will get justice. I got justice for what happened yesterday, but it'll never be, it's not going to go any further than that. I know that everything happens because it's meant to, and I didn't see what I was supposed to see because I was so busy focused on other things that I didn't see what was obvious. It was staring me right in the face, but I was so distracted with other things. I didn't see what I was supposed to see, which was the easiest option and the cheapest option for me to do everything that I want to do. And I will do it when I get justice. Because I'm not going to give up until I get justice. Until that man confesses to what he did. So that everyone knows I was telling the truth the whole time. And then I will get my money and I will get out of here. And I'm going to get me one of those properties. And that's 3 of 9 of them, I think, that I looked at. There was about 12 or 13, but there were a couple of others that were like, okay, not bad. If the others fall through, I might give it a go, but there could be ones in other parts of Russia that I don't even know about yet. But I know that when I get out of here, I'm going to get me a driver and an interpreter, and we're going to contact these estate agents and show them what we're looking for and see what they come up with. And then I spend however many weeks driving around Russia, staying in hotels and all of that, just eyeing up properties. And then, hopefully, well, actually, one of the estate agents said that they can actually help us get the visas. If we wanted to buy one of the properties, they can help us get the right visa that we need. So it would be 2 birds with 1 stone, really, which would be good. But if I wanted to find investors, where would I? I'd be gone, man. I'd be packed up and gone within like 3 days. I already know what I'd take from his place. I already know what I'd take from here. I'd just get one of those people to come and pick it all up, take it to the dump. Give everything else to the charity shop. Or what my neighbours didn't want. We could be gone in like 3 days. Everything being shipped over that we were taking, yeah, I could be gone in 3 days. Or I could be gone in a few hours and then just pay someone to do it all for me while I was on the phone to them. But I have to give 4 weeks' notice for this place. So I'd have to at least be here to hand over the keys. But it is only like 3.5 hours flight from Moscow to Manchester. So I could essentially like come home for the weekend, like hand the keys in, like arrive on the Friday, hand the keys on the Saturday, fly back on the Sunday or even the Saturday night. In and out, done. Some of those rooms in those buildings, man, you'd be in there buying my candles and oils and jams and all that, just feeling like you were in Harrods. You'd be buying clothes from my boutique in a room that just, it looked like something out of like a high-end department store. All really affordable, organic, natural, awesome products from the beauty treatment room of all organic products. All my products, everything organic, even my own shampoo, all made from scratch. Everything made from the planet. But not at luxury prices. I could see my bears, my teddy bears that I want to do, my peekaboo bears. Peekaboo, I see you. Like Steiff bears, but they'll be, like fancy hand stitched bears and that. I was like, oh my god, I could just see them sitting on shelves there, and I'd put upcycled furniture in that room there, and put like, my kitchen stuff, my kitchen products because I want to do my own range of kitchen products and my aprons and towels and tea towels, and I'd love to design my own kitchen stuff, my cake plates, and have my department store. There was one of the um, places, one of the properties had a kitchen that was big enough that you could have had the part of the department store and it looked like the kitchen. So you'd get like your if you were buying my jams and sauces and that, you'd get them out of the kitchen cupboard. Like you were just taking stuff out of your parents' cupboard. I just like saw this whole setup. It was, oh my god, so many ideas. I need to stop talking, otherwise I'll just be talking for hours, because it's like one of the places that I saw, it just like smacked me right in the gut. It's almost like there was the universe saying, that's it right there, that one right there, take that one. But I still have to have a look, because there were 3 that were incredible, all for different reasons. The one that needs the least amount of work is the one that I'd probably go for, but at the same time, if I've got investors backing me in that, then I can be a bit more relaxed about whether I would like build on the property as well, because some of the properties that are for sale, I pretty much literally don't even have to build anything, I think, other than the kids' dorms. The summer camp bit, the camp bit where the kids would be staying. I think I would only have to build there, but again, they didn't show all the properties on all the rooms and all the buildings and that on the property, so I don't know. I have to go and see them. Oh Lord, Heavenly Father, please, please. I want it so bad. And then people can come and book holidays. I reckon we could have it, if we really knocked our pan in, I reckon we could have it up and running maybe by the new year. But definitely, I reckon within 12 months we could have everything all set up and put in and ready to go within 12 months, I reckon. Because so little needed to be done in some of those places, just some interior work. Painting walls, changing carpets, like, that sort of thing, just minor stuff. And then bringing in all the right kind of furniture and that. So some of the room, like some of the places just didn't even need to be touched. They were that perfect. It would only be, for the studios, that, for the actual nitsy gritty, where they'd make the video games and where they'd do the studios and that. But again, like I said, some of the places had buildings there, but you could totally turn into those things. One of them had like a 4-car garage that could absolutely be one of our part of the production company, TUI Studios. QE2 Productions. God. QE2 Productions. I was thinking of calling it QE2 Studios, but I think QE2 Productions sounds better. But yeah, making like all our stop motion stuff. And then we'd need like the broadcasting room. But I reckon there were 2 there where I'm pretty sure I could have used up every single room for making money. So I'm so excited. Come on, Moscow. I can't even pronounce them. It's something or other, oblast. And yeah, the Deauville, something. Deauville, Oblast, Moscow. I'm totally messing it up. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't stop thinking about it now.